Hello everybody, Michael Holman here with Curt's Clocks, the Atmos Repair Specialist. I got another how-to video coming at you today. It's Friday, late March 2019, and today we're going to show you how to reattach the winding chain on an Atmos clock. Now we're going to assume that your Atmos has already been serviced and cleaned and everything's running, and the chain has just come undone. Perhaps it came undone in transport. This is rare, but it sometimes happens, and there is a strategy that I'm implementing now to prevent this from happening anymore. But in case you need to reattach your chain, I'm going to show you how it's done here. And I just went and let this winding spring here go, and now I'm going to pull the bellow off, and I'm actually going to detach the chain on this first and then reattach it to show you what we're doing here. And we got the wearable camera on my head, so forgive me if I'm not pointing it at the space I'm looking. I'm going to try to work on that as best I can. So here's what we got back here. This pin, if it happens to wiggle its way out and let that chain loose, then you're going to have to go back and put that back in there. And we'll show you how we do that. So I take my thumb and I post it on this winding arbor to prevent this from moving at all while I push this spring in. Reach around here with my tweezers and pull that pin. Take this coil spring out. And we're going to start all the way from scratch like this chain was hanging loose here on the side. Okay. So that's what we're looking at, just like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go back now and reattach this return spring up here. This winding arbor spring. And hang that up here. You probably don't need to detach that. I'm just showing you from the beginning how to do it here. Okay, so the chain's hanging there. You gotta grab it with your tweezers here. We're gonna pull it up, hold on to it here, and then we gotta take. Now we're pressing on this winding arbor with our thumb again to prevent it from cranking and winding the clock. Okay, now we take the clock, hold it vertically, and by the way, I kind of just glassed over pulling the bellow drum off. That's 8mm box wrench, 2 or 4 nuts to pull off there. And sometimes your pin, this pin here, may be loose floating around in your bellow drum. So you may have to shake it out to get that pin out. And if you can hear it shaking in there but it won't come out, what you're going to have to do is put this bellow in the freezer, pull it apart, take the drum out, put the bellow back in the freezer, fish that pin out of there, and then reassemble this. And that's a separate video. But anyway, back to our chain. We're holding it vertically here, so the chain will hang and fall right down. And now once we got it on this back side, we'll pull it here again. Okay. And then we're going to look and make sure we don't have any twists in our chain. It has to be completely straight without any kinks, and I see that we have some here. So what I'm going to do is just rotate that chain over. Get rid of that little kink. And you can do it with your fingers back here too as well. Just twisting that back. Okay. So now it looks like it's nice and lined up, link for link. Now we take this coil spring hanging the clock like so, fit it into its little pocket there, and we press that plate, fishing the chain through the hole there, holding it steady now. Now I got my thumb holding the winding arbor, and my index finger is keeping this plate and coil spring pressed down. Okay, now with the tweezers we take our little pin here, we count 2, 4, 6. Uh-oh, there it went. We count 2, 4, 6 links up, and we're looking for the link that'll keep the pin horizontally pressed on that plate back there. And that's how you do it. Now I got my coil spring is kind of off kilter here, so we got to adjust that. And we got that laying down there flush, and there you go. Now you got your chain back attached, and it's straight. There's no twists or kinks in it. And looking down, that's how we look at it. We can see that it's straight. And I'm just following these links to make sure that they're, you know, every other link is pointed straight up at me. And you can twist here a little bit if you need to get it to look nice and straight for you. And that's how we do it. And, you know, if your clock's already wound up and cleaned and everything, I won't tell you to go and pump this, but this is how you would go and pump it and wind it. And see, that mainspring has all kinds of tension on it now, so that's why this coil spring is sucked down. And you don't want to pump that too much. You're going to overwind it. If you have to start fresh, you'll pull these 2 screws off, take your movement off, slowly let this mainspring unwind, and then start from scratch here with 4 pumps, and then watch. There's a video about that already, how to do that. Okay, so that's it, and then you just go and put your bellow drum back on. Look and make sure you got the Swiss LeCoultre and CIE logo at the downward position, and put that back on, and then grab your 8mm bellow drum nuts here and just start putting them back on, and that's how you do it. So thank you for watching. If you like it, please like the video, subscribe, check out our website, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.